Ladies and gentlemen, this is another edition of Wrestling with Watts. I'm your host, Cordell Watts, aka Mr. Biggs, aka Grown Man, and we're back with another one. This is basically a continuation of the talk about championships and the designs that I had previously, but we had a great wrestling week so far. It started off with a Friday Night Smackdown where we saw Solo Sikoa give Jimmy Uso to Samoan Spike, and it seems like he is pledging his allegiance to Roman Reigns and continuing to be in the bloodline, while we have Jey Uso looking like a deer in headlights. I don't know, the man has, Stockholm syndrome, but how much abuse are you going to take from your tribal chief? And then on Raw, we've seen Seth Rollins defend his World Heavyweight Championship against Damian Priest. It was a great match, and I feel like this right here was just what Damian Priest needed to break out as his own star. It's looking like it might be a possible babyface turn, but I don't know how that's going to work, being the fact that Damian Priest is the powerhouse of the Judgment Day. And even if you add JD Madonna, I don't know. Without Damian Priest, I don't think the Judgment Day stands on its own, even with Finn Balor being the leader. But we might get Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. We never know. Furthermore, it's time to start this. Welcome to Wrestling with Watts. So, let's break this down. My first video, in the previous video, we touched on championship belts and their designs, and obviously we have two new World Heavyweight Championships, new World Championships. First, we have Seth Rollins. He's the World Heavyweight Champion, and he was given the big gold belt, or a variation of it. And to me, I personally think it's beautiful because the big gold belt should have never been retired in the first place. And, the Universal Championship, to me personally, and I don't know about you guys, but it just never felt like an actual world championship to me. There's only maybe, to tell you the truth, the only person that made that championship feel like a world championship is Roman Reigns. And it even took him his second reign to make it feel like something, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, they say that the man makes the championship, and that's true. It is the person that makes the championship, but at the same time, let's be honest, that championship is...
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
Thank you, Dwayne. Yes, it's no good. It didn't look good. It looked okay red, but it still was lackluster. It does not look good blue. A world championship, when you think of a world championship, you're thinking of gold. The colors of the championship itself stuck out more than the gold on the championship. And to tell you the truth, the fruit roll-up championships, it has to go, personally. And you know what I'm saying? And it has nothing to do with nostalgia of these babies I got on my shoulder. It does not. When you think of a champion, you think of gold. Trophies are gold, right? They're you know what I'm saying? And second place is silver. But when you're a champion nonetheless. And I'm glad that they finally retired that championship. And obviously, people have a problem with the variation of, it looks just like every other championship they've put together for the last 10 years. Oh, okay, yeah, understood. But let's be honest. That design that they have with the big W, it only looks good when it has gold on it. Gold, red, red little emeralds and stuff like that. Gold and black, to tell you the truth. And that's exactly what they did with this new one. And I feel like they did a hell of a job, to be completely honest with you. I would have, like I said, went back to a variation of this. And some people that, are connoisseurs of the Attitude Era, they probably would have did the Winded Eagle Championship. But it's new. Triple H want to move forward. That's completely fine. So that's a great, a way to start it. The WWE Championship now, currently the World Heavyweight Championship, pardon me. It looks great. variation of the big gold belt. I like it. I don't really have much to say about it. It is a different look. You know, it's not completely like this. I personally would have wanted them to add the little red rhinestones to it. But hey, listen, it's a step in the right direction. What can you do? I have no complaints. The new United States Championship, well, not so new because it was introduced about 3 years ago during the pandemic. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but they did what they had to do with it. It's a gold-based championship, and it has the United States champion, the United States flag symbol in it, as it should. Fine, cool. The Intercontinental Championship, by far, to me, is the best-looking one. You know, I'm a big fan of the Oval Intercontinental Championship that was held from 97, I'd say, because that's when it was first introduced after I think Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels and them guys had the variation of the championship that Cody Rhodes brought back, and then I think The Rock had it. But furthermore, that's my favorite variation of the Intercontinental Championship, and I plan to add that to the collection real soon, so look out for that. But this championship, the Intercontinental Championship that Gunther had, I like it. And it looks so good on Gunther, pause. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of it. You know, you couldn't ask for a better, you know what I'm saying, design, to be completely honest. Straight to the point, black, gold. I like it. SmackDown Women's Championship and the SmackDown Raw Championship. We have the SmackDown Women's Championship and we have the Raw Women's Championship. Now, I mean, there's not much you really could say, but to tell you the truth, it's cool. It's cool. I think what saves the championship the most, though, is the white straps. If the straps was in white, it would be just the Universal / you know what I'm saying, SmackDown Universal, Raw Universal Championship all over again. Well, and I personally think that the strap should be black, but it is what it is. You know, moving on. Now, to be completely honest, this is something that I touched on in the previous video, and yo, I'm sorry, I gotta put the babies down for this one. The Tag Team Championships. Now, guys, we all know that the Tag Team Championships probably should be defended across Raw and SmackDown because there's not a lot of tag teams in the division. Well, there are, but there's not a lot of tag teams that could really stand on its own. But yo, for God's sake, can y'all, WWE, please change the designs of the WWE Tag Team Championships. That's like, yo, that's Universal Championship light, man. Dog. Yo, alright. When it was the Penny Championship, it was I didn't like it at all. But when it first came out, that was like 2010 or something like that, when they replaced the World Tag Team Championships and the WWE Tag Team Championships that was on SmackDown, and they merged it and they made that championship. That was no good. That was no good at all. There was nothing cool about it. It was nothing cute about it. Okay, fine. But when they decided to unmerge the championships, both shows should have got different variations of the championship or different championships altogether. Like, go back to the World Tag Team Championships, go back to the WWE Tag Team Championships, but no. What they decided to do, they decided to make the straps red for Raw and the straps blue for SmackDown, and guess what else they did? They made the plates silver, and I don't know. Personally, this irks my nerves. Why were they calling it Tag Team Championship Gold? Every single time they said it on TV, it irritated every being of my soul. Oh my God. I hated it, and I still do. I promise you I still do. But at the end of the day, now that we're under a new regime, And there has been talks about them replacing this championship. I hope to God Triple H does this right. Because people may not care about tag team wrestling, but I sure as hell do. I'm a big tag team connoisseur as far as like, old school guys like the Hart Foundation goes. The Hardy Boys, obviously, Edge and Christian, Dudley Boys. Hell, even Paul London and Brian Kendrick, even though Paul London has blocked me on Twitter. But at the end of the day, they need to do something better with those championships. It was cute at first. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens won the titles, holding them up, whatever. But it's time to move on. It is 100% time to move on. And I need to see it. WWE needs to see it. I'm not going to do too much talking about the NXT championships because the NXT championships, personally, I like all of them. I like all three of them. I like the NXT championship, even though I could kind of do without the colors, but I understand why they did that. They were starting a new regime with Shawn Michaels, and they had the multiple colors and stuff like that. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't make the title look bad at all. Even though I was completely fine with the black and gold. Then you got the North American Championship, and that's another championship that is just super unique. You know what I'm saying? It has a lot of history, behind it as far as the design goes and stuff like that. And I really like it. Then you got the tag team championships. Beautiful. They look, and those tag team championships, that's kind of what WWE, like the main roster, should go based off of. Maybe not exactly, but a variation like that. Because the New Day, they look good with the titles. The current tag team champions, I think, is Gallus. They look cool with the titles. Everybody who holds those titles look good, even though I personally want Idris Enofe and Malik Blade to win the championships. I mean, it's long overdue. Either that or give it back to the Creed brothers. The women's championship, the NXT women's championship, beautiful. Looks good on Tiffany Stratton. Looks good on Roxanne. Looked great on Mandy Rose. And it's gonna look good on Gigi Dolan one day. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see the championship.
I'ma eat it.
I can't wait to see the championship around her waist. I can't wait to see some things happen. Anyway, furthermore, every championship in NXT looks great. The women's tag team championships, they look great. Everything is great with NXT, and the NXT UK championships, they looked even better. So obviously Triple H was running both of those brands. Maybe he can bring a little taste of that to the tag team championships. Who knows? I hope you like this breakdown. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. There's going to be more videos to come. I got a Money in the Bank based video coming soon, and I have I'm gonna keep on doing these little breakdowns of Raw and Smackdown, so stay tuned. There's a lot of fun happening. There's a lot more coming, and to those who support, thank you. For those who may not come back again, that's fine too. And new watchers, well, everybody's technically new listeners and watchers and stuff like that, but furthermore, thank you. In conclusion, peace.